So this strategy I'm about to share with you today is the biggest hack that I know about to successfully scale an e-commerce business, to keep you profitable and continue to grow your monthly revenue. So this is off the back of my own e-commerce business I co-founded in 2013 with my brother. It has since gone on to do multiple 7 figures per year. We founded that from the kitchen bench after leaving our corporate jobs. And I've since also helped over 250 e-commerce brands grow their monthly revenues through my paid programs, my Ecom Blueprint and Uplevel Mastermind. And this strategy that I share with you today and share with people in the program comes from direct experience. It was the first time that Karmic, the cold pressed juice company I co-founded, really was formed as legitimate in the sense of getting people into our business that didn't know about us before, away from friends and family, first real website visitors, and then was continually able to compound the business over the years. And as I said before, I've seen it with dozens and dozens of people that come into my programs. I recommend we do this too. Now, the reason I call it a hack is because it's basically a shortcut. So you can scale your business using organic means, in terms of content and going viral and that sort of stuff. You can definitely scale your business using ads. It's a lot more, sustainable in the sense of reading metrics and making sure we're leveling up based on data. But this is something that is a little bit more controlled in the sense of the short term, but uncontrollable or in terms of its consistency as well. Okay. And I'll walk you through it, but it's something I call other people's audiences. So if you think about that concept, you've got you as your business over here, and then you've got everybody else in basically the world. People, in terms of, let's call it influencers for this example, but also falls under the umbrella of, media and organizations and PR. And it's really, honestly, wherever you find it. It could be podcasters or YouTubers or, fill in the blank. Other people's audiences contain potential customers for you. All right. So we've got our cold pressed juice business over here, and then we've got an influencer in health and wellness. Okay. Their audience. So that's other people's audiences being their audience that we want to basically access or get access to. Okay. So when we talk about other people's audiences, it's literally an infinite pool of people that you can access. Okay. So when you think about it, and I would recommend that you do, just even through this video, create a list, or at least after this video, about where are my audience or target demographic actually hang out. Obviously, we're looking specifically online because we're e-commerce businesses. We want to be able to access them online, and then start to make associations with people and organizations that contain your specific audience that over the years, they've been able to build themselves underneath themselves as authority and trusted figures. Because then what happens is the opportunity between you and them and accessing their audience is immediately bridged, or at least the opportunity to bridge is expedited. Okay. Because if you think about the alternative of not using other people, if you've got ads and you've got organics, it's up to you to continually be grinding, continually to be, say, look at me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Whereas if someone else can say that for you, this is a great brand, I recommend them, I trust them, or rather that gap is immediately bridged. Right? So using other people and then other people's audiences is the fastest way to grow your own audience and actually grow your sales. Now, I'll use an example of Karmic. In about 2015, maybe, we stumbled across this. We knew of, let's call it influencers, or we knew of other people. We were using, unofficial ambassadors that were just bubbling, like it wasn't actually a designated strategy for us. But then about the 5th or 6th person that we actually gave a cold press juice cleanse to posted on Instagram on our behalf and tagged us. Immediately, the sales absolutely exploded. We went from 9K in that month to 27K in the very next month based off that one person that was extremely influential. And so we 3X, couldn't crack 10K for 14 months or something like that. And then bang, 3X it in 1 month off the back of one person, her audience. And so after that time, it was obviously, we recognized that cause and effect, meaning we did the thing and this is what happened. And so it immediately became a strategy afterwards to use influencers and organizations to get access to their audience who are our potential customers, right? So we ended up doing PR campaigns, paying influencers, using organic influencers, using affiliates, using all sorts of things. Regardless of the strategy, it was other people's audiences. How can we access 10,000 people over here when only our ads can access a couple of hundred at the same cost or time horizon, right? So as we were able to obviously get successful at this, there was 3 main things that we saw as a successful campaign. One is at the bottom tier is that they were able to produce content for us. So user-generated content you could use in your ads and emails and socials, and that you could promote with, right? It's all trust building. The second tier is actually the audience level that we just spoke about. That's the whole topic of this, other people's audiences. So getting followers, getting people in our database, etc., in mass volume. volume. And as I say, immediate gap building through trust. And the third thing obviously is sales. And so if you can use that as a hierarchy or basically a value ladder of what you're getting out of leveraging other people, you can start to see value in more places than just the immediate extraction of sales. And that's what we realize. So now I obviously teach people, and this is a consistent strategy for Karmic. It always has been. It's like anywhere between 5 and 10 organizations or influencers per month is who Karmic will seed product to, just to get access to their audience, right? Get that omnipresence. This is something we definitely take through with our clients in the Ecom Blueprint Up-Level Mastermind, where you just need to access people in your target demographic. It's the fastest way to do it. Fastest way to bridge the trust gap. And countless, as I say, clients have done this. So we had Adrian, I think, went from like 2K to 38K. He beat our record, which I was a bit annoyed about, but it just shows the power of one person for in the next month, 2K, 38, crazy results. Other people have done it massively well, getting from less than 2K to 5K to 15K. It happens all the time. And this will be around forever. It's been here since the beginning, where there's an influence, someone has an audience that they can talk to, that basically they can emote trust through, okay? And it's going to be around forever. So influencer marketing as a concept will never go away. There's always someone that you personally look up to and trust. Offline or online, it doesn't really matter. The concept remains the same. The marketing means may change over a period, but in terms of the actual concept, it'll be around forever. And so if you're thinking about, well, I don't have that much money for ads, maybe you do, but maybe you're looking for something else as well to complement this stuff, or you don't have much of a database in terms of your email database, and your organic reach on socials isn't getting very far, this is the answer for you. It's like, I need to be able to tap into other people's audiences to give me the boost that I need in terms of, as I say, content generation, audience building, and obviously sales. Now, it might not pop off the first time, the second time, the third time. It might be the 10th or 11th time that's going to make up for all of the rest. Or, and we've seen it can happen the very first time, the second time, and you get some results here and there. The important thing is that there is intent behind it. There's actual strategy behind it to be able to extract as much as you possibly can and form relationships with these people or organizations. Okay, so that's a whole separate thing about the actual strategy itself, but I just want to highlight the importance of having intent and having an actual plan, because that will then guarantee results over a time horizon versus just, I reached out to one person, influence doesn't work for me. That's what some people say, and it's not their fault. It's just the lack of experience, lack of expectations, lack of understanding of how the process actually works. It's like any marketing effort that we do needs to have some sort of volume associated with it so that we can prove it a yes or a no. And I don't know anybody that has done a significant amount of reps with this strategy where it hasn't worked for them. Every single time it's worked for them. As I say, it might not be the first one or the 8th one or the 15th one, right? But then the 16th one or the 25th one makes up for the rest and some. That's exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for, the multiple home runs versus just the one base runs. You know what I mean? You're going to get a whole mixture of each one. And sometimes, actually quite often, the people or organizations that you don't really think will do that well, right, do amazingly well. And sometimes the ones that you have high expectations of, you think you're going to do well, just don't. And that's the nature of it too. It's a marketing effort that we can't necessarily control in terms of the outputs. All we can control are the inputs, the leading metrics. Okay. So I hope this video has really helped you, or rather I've emphasized the leverage and the opportunity with other people's audiences. So I would go back to your drawing board and say, okay, who can I reach out to in terms of organizations and individual people, on what platforms, and how can I actually access them, whether it's through message, email, phones, whatever it might be, so that I can form a relationship, they can share my product, they can share my vision, I can leverage off of their audiences and bring them over to me and become loyal followers and hopefully eventually customers as well. And that creates our sphere of influence, which will build and compound over time. Okay. So look, I hope this was valuable for you. If it was, I'd love a like, love a subscribe. I'm creating value like this all the time on my channel. Anything that I learn in my own experience, and of course, working with the hundreds of clients that I do, I want to share with you in my community on YouTube, of course. But if you need anything, if you want to check out what we do down below, feel free, take a look, have a chat if you feel like it might be right for you. But other than that, I appreciate you watching till the end. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one.